I don't want to be a big whiner because I really am a tough girl considering all I've went through. It just came to a point something had to be done about it all. And I was forced basically by life circumstances to have to do what I'm doing now. But I gotta say that one of the very most hurtful things, and one reason that I'm excited for my upcoming music career, is the what's happened with especially my father, but like when I would sing, he would act like cringy and or complain that it was too loud, or like I could see he was always getting into like say my niece's performance and everyone else really proud of their accomplishments, always bragged on their accomplishments. Same thing with my siblings, but like downplayed everything that I've ever done and wouldn't acknowledge it. Yeah, the gaslighting has been severe and very painful. But like even the fact that I poured my heart and soul and a lot of work into starting the child care center that I ended up giving to my sister, didn't get bought out or anything. He never, and then went back and filled in and consulted and put a lot of additional work into it. He didn't even remember. And the thing is that it was my idea in the first place, and I was the one that like highly marketed it, and it really set the business up for success, but never got any accomplishment at all. And it was the same thing, like, and I don't know if it's just mind control that he has, or like why he just despises me so much, but it's just like he hates me. He hates the way I sound. I mean, of course they've got to act fake nice, and then anytime I say anything, it's just like, gaslighting, big smile, fake smile, agree. And I guess I just talk about this stuff because I know like a lot of other people go through it, and I know that like some amazing things are going to happen soon to where it's just all like going to be in the past and everything. But it's just painful, and it's quite odd that I would have other people in church come up and say, you have a really beautiful voice, and get compliments from everyone else, but never ever from my dad. I remember once, and this is how I know, like, another reason that I was being surveilled and monitored. I mentioned to therapists that, like, basically the compliments I got were, when we get in a fight, you belong in Hollywood. And then, of course, that got blocked too. Weird. And then also, when I was like starving, and actually it was like after I was medicated, and it was mostly diabetes medication more than anything, and some other medication. But also like the fact that I was starving, and like it was too much to ask for them to ever reach out and try to make sure my needs were met, come by and see if I was okay. It never ever happened. But the other compliment was, oh, that starving's really good for your figure. But I mentioned it to a therapist, and it was after that, we were walking, and my mom was wearing my jewelry, and he was like, your jewelry is your favorite jewelry. So and he made it a point to, point out that he was giving me a legitimate compliment sort of a thing, which was just really odd, all of it, and I am pretty touched by the fact that, my mom does wear my jewelry a lot and enjoys my jewelry a lot. And a lot of it is like older jewelry when I had a lot more money to put into things, and like had the motivation because it started it. And I was like, and then it's really tough sometimes just because stuff has been so sabotaged. It's tough to like actually put work into things sometimes. There's a lot to overcome here, but, I got to buy gemstones more consistently then, and I got to buy more precious metals then, and I'm actually really looking forward to being able to incorporate some of my like higher price like jewelry designs and quality stones and stuff, and to be able to just get in the flow again and have investment capital and like reinvent my look and stuff because it's well overdue and needs to be done. It's just been survival, and you know what it can do in the midst of trying to survive. It's been rough. But yeah, it's been really odd, and it's really sad that that was one of my biggest reasons for wanting to be successful in the in a big way in the public's eye, was so that my dad would finally acknowledge my talent, because he wouldn't in that regards. It was like he quite honestly has acted like my voice bothers him, and maybe my voice does bother him, and it's something psychological, and it could have to do that with things that happened when I was really young, and the fact that I was kind of signed off to be the sacrifice, and some pretty extreme things happened to me when I was young, and maybe psychologically I remind him of his failure and his failure to protect, although his ego and narcissism doesn't allow him to actually acknowledge it. I feel like maybe deep down inside it does, and maybe that's part of why he just seems to despise me and not want to help me, and almost not even really want me alive. It seems like maybe I just remind him of a failure, and it's something that he needs to deal with, and